Good morning. Good morning. How's everyone doing? Hey, Rolly, what's going on? Hey, Timo, what's going on? Another way of saying midweek, half back. That's good. I like that. What's up, Raj? Juan Scott, welcome to folks on joining us on Twitter, right? Good to have you with us. Oh boy. It's going to be a hot time in the old town tonight, as Jack Nicholson would say. What's up, Zaz? What are you doing on YouTube? Use the Discord, you guys. What's up, Wheezy? Wheezy's all caffeinated. He's ready to short. Audio's kind of low. How's my sound? Can you guys hear me? Or just does Wheezy have to turn up his settings? Sound is okay? All right. So you're just tired. That's why you can't hear. You got to cool the Red Bull. Oh, yesterday sparring, tired today. Oh boy. Turn it up. If it's too loud, you're too old. You know the saying. All right. So first, because I'm seldom so right, just to prove all of my ex-girlfriend's ex-wife wrong, I have to be able to say I told you so and I actually did something right. So check this out. Current girlfriend exempted. She doesn't bother me about stuff like that. But here we go, folks. Now on the 16th, we called out, we proudly called out a look above and fail. Right? We looked above 54.65, failed, and we told you it was going to come down to 51.48. Okay? Then we did a look below of 51.48 and fail, which takes us all the way right back up to 65. And we're creeping on that now. We're at 53 was our high. We're almost there. Okay, so you could expect some selling up here. If there is no selling, okay, if the market opens now, and if there's no selling at 54.65, if we get up there, should I play the music from Jeopardy? No? Right? If we get up here and nobody sells, and it just goes right through that. Like, in those ninja movies, you see them like crash through those paper walls in those houses in Japan. If we just go right through there, right? It means somebody is really caught short down here, and they're really, really trying to cover hard, okay? Now, what you guys don't know is that support is created by trap shorts. They're the first people to come and buy. How do I know? Because I used to trap them for a living. Okay? Here, we have a poor low. That poor low in the overnight means that there was competitive buying at that level. Right? We also have our overnight inventory is 100% gap long. Every single trade is above yesterday's close. And we got a gap. That gap, right? I'm sorry. As Cat Williams would say, that gap right there, those are shorts that are trapped. Okay? I tell you, if you guys ever need some comic relief during the trading day, put on some Cat Williams. If you're having a bad day, he'll cheer you up. Right? That gap right there, that is trap shorts. That is full of buy orders. The problem is we don't know how many buy orders are there until we get down here. If we take out 65 and take out these highs, and I feel like I'm talking crazy talk, right? Because the market just came, yesterday our low was what, 51.27? And now we're trading 54.46. We did a 300-point rotation in basically a couple of trading days. That's nuts. Okay? If we take out 5504, sorry, right? If we take out that level, there really isn't much until we get up into this 5600 level for inventory. Right? Most of the inventory, bless them, have been flushed out. Anybody who was long up here, right, pre-contract roll or during the roll, I mean, that is a massive move to be able to withstand a loss of 5,600 all the way down to 48.57 and to hold it. So only the really big players will still have some inventory. There might be some dealer inventory up there. But be careful on the short side, because what this washing machine motion does, it does a couple of things, right? It flushes out trap longs, and then it gets shorts trapped. So we go the other way, right? And then it flushes out trap longs, and then it gets shorts trapped. By the time this process has happened, it's like a washing machine, and it's taken everybody's money and put it into the smart money hands. And when you start getting back over these levels, there is no overhanging supply. You've beaten the hell out of people with such large ranges that this thing could easily rip back up to 5,600. Now I know that sounds ridiculous, because 2 days ago we were at 51.48. But hey, didn't we have a 500-point day like 10 days ago? Let's not forget, that is not normal. But I'm telling you, once we break that high or that low, then it's going to be on like Donkey Kong, right? It's going to get hot and heavy. If we take out that high from that 500-point day, be careful on the short side, okay? So, we got a gap up. We've got buying in here. We don't know. What are we expecting under quote unquote normal course of business, right? We should, quotation marks, should either do a look above and fail of 65 or a fail to get to 65 and rotation down to correct that overnight inventory and come and test that gap. I am short biased, and I'm saying that out loud, right? Like I'm JJ, I'm short biased, right? Overnight high, is that a poor high? It's got 2 ticks of excess. It just qualifies as a proper high. We're already correcting inventory down from 56 all the way to 38, right? We've already had a big correction. So that, and these up and down movements, they flush people out. They flush a lot of people out, right? You can think of them as taking a carpet outside, putting it over a line, and beating the crap out of it to beat all the dirt out of it. Because when we went up here, we took those sellers out like no business, like boom, boom, boom. And the reason is those sellers saw buyers, so that I'll sell 54 instead of 48. I'm not an idiot. So they moved their offers up. And now watch this again. Right back down into a cost basis, and then a move back up from it. Okay? This is not your grandmother buying 100 shares of IBM, putting it in her safety deposit box, and holding it forever. Okay? This is not that kind of market. This is markets that are driven by speculators. These are cowboys. These are cowboys, but they don't ride horses, they ride algorithms. Okay? And cowgirls. Sorry, didn't want to leave anybody out. Okay? What did I do? There we go. So, trades off the open. Well, since I'm short biased, I would love to see the market creep itself back up to this 47 level, find a seller, and then short it back down. We just found the bid here at 35. Earlier, we found the bid on liquidation at 31. Second liquidation takes us to a higher bid. Y'all see that? Does everybody see that? Where are the trend line people? Right? Things to watch out for. Right? We've got to have some situational awareness in this market. It's hard. Right? This is not an easy market to trade. This is probably one of the most challenging markets I've seen. Right? And don't be, and folks in the rooms and everywhere else, if you're seeing people post 50, 60 point trades, be happy for them, but that is not the norm, okay? Right? That's not normal. You can easily make a good living in this market and manage risk. Right? So, quick little advertorial, please drop by the Trading Syndicate. Come by and say hi. Give us a chance. I promise you in a month you will learn more with me than 10 years anywhere else. And you won't have to unravel a bunch of information that is useless. We give you information you need to trade. Okay? Right? We spare you all of the gobbledygook and double talk. Where do you put your trade? Why does the trade work? When should you not trade? Right? You know, we want you to make some money and live a good life. We don't want you to be forever fighting this market and losing money. So we give you common sense, practical, I like to call it blue collar information, blue collar trades. Make your money and get out and enjoy your life. Now, for those of you who want to actually work in this industry and get on a prop desk, we have that as well. So it's not just one type of trader. Whatever your goals are, we'll help you with those goals. Okay? Look at that. Look at that recovery off of the 36s. The last liquidation took us down to 31 and a half. This one took us down to 35. The bid is moving higher. Right? In our room, we have people who work at money management funds, market makers, and then we have people who are just learning how to trade. And we all try and help each other. So there's no ego. There's no mockery, right? Yeah, Pollux. Yeah, you're at a prop firm. You're a market maker at a prop firm, right? No, you're a market maker at a crypto firm, right? Now let's see if we've got those sellers at 54.50. They're front running it a bit. How can you tell they're front running it? What does front running mean? It means if I know that you're selling here, I'm going to sell here and undercut you. See, it helps to know where the sellers are. Say if we were long at 44, 45, 46. Well, we know that there's a seller at 50, so let's sell before they take our client. Yeah, Pollux is a retail trader, and he did it the hard way. He's not Harvard Wharton, right, Pollux? You're not a white shoe guy, right? You're not Harvard Wharton. You started out as a retail trader, went to a prop firm. Now he's a market maker at a crypto firm, right? Journalism. Cool. Hey, Christian. So it can be done. We have another gentleman, friend of ours, who works on a sell side desk, and he's ex-Army. See, you can see, I love these 1 minute candle charts. Look at that. We knew the sellers are there, and they sold ahead. This is information, practical information you can use. Right? If you know the sellers are going to be at a level and you're long, you want to get out before they take your buyer. This is price competition. And when you get price competition like this, that means if you're a short seller, that's what you want to see. You don't want to short the front end of the move. You want to short the back end of the move. Like right now, this is the front end of the move. And everyone wants to short it, right? Because they missed the long. That's why everybody wants to short the market, because they missed the long, right? I understand that. I'm human. I have the same impulses, right? So if you're waiting to short, what I like to do, right, I see that there's a seller here. Now, here's a trade you could take. If you were selling here, you'd put your stop above this red line. That's not an A-plus setup. An A-plus setup is when the sellers need to compete and drive price under 47.5, right? Once that evidence is there, then you can sell it, put your stop here, and then start covering 45s, 44, and then down to this cost basis at 42. But right here, When it's going back and forth in these tiny little creepy candles, that's the distribution of this product here. Hey, Terzi, what's going on? So I wouldn't trade this right now. I want to see what they're going to do, right? Exactly. Let the big money pick up the check first, right? Alligator arms, Terrence. Alligator arms. See? That's why you don't short indiscriminately these areas, because you can see them distributing, but they don't need to sell under 47. So the market's going to go higher and see if we can sell it up here, right? Let the large traders tell you this. Instead of shorting it here and getting stopped out and then adding and getting stopped out and adding, that happens to everybody, right? If you're long off 47 and a half, you got 9 minutes before the market opens. So you want to make hay while the sun shines. If you're long, say 48, 49 against 47 and a half as your insurance stop, right? You're looking to sell the 51s, and then up here at 53 is where you're going to have your next seller. Right here. So if we can creep past 50, spread some orders out. Hey, Sean, what's up? Right? Sell into strength. Do not wait for an invitation to sell. If you are a small account trying to get consistent, if you're long on that 47 tag, 47 half tag, long, stop, sell a little bit, sell a little bit, sell a little bit. Front run where you can see there's going to be a seller. See, the top of that candle is the front run. Ralphie, you're not supposed to be shorting. Right? We have coaching class today at 11. We'll talk about that. You're not supposed to be shorting. You're only supposed to be doing the look below and fail. That's why. Shorting is a more sophisticated trade because you have to be able to identify sellers. And it takes a while. How do you learn how to identify sellers? Become one yourself. Then you'll be able to spot competition. Right? That's one thing I like to teach people, is to trade long in a market that's geared to go long. Shorting is great, but if I told you, look, give me 10 grand and in 5 years you're going to owe $200,000, that's not really a good investment, is it? This thing is built where you give 10 grand to your advisor and you get 200 grand in 5 years, 10 years. That's why they call it the investment business, right? You have to understand the simple mechanics of a business that you're trying to make money in, right? People don't get into the market. Not everyone is shorting the market. Selling pressure comes from sellers who are long are competing. Just like when Walmart and Target compete to get the same customer. It's the same thing. That's why they call it a market. Right? But unfortunately, ever since we were like put in front of a TV at the age of 2 or 3, we are conditioned to be consumers. We're not conditioned to be sellers or distributors. Buy this cereal, buy this toy, stand in line to buy a phone, camp out to see a movie. Right? We've been trained to be sold things. So we don't think like the seller who's selling you those things. What I want to do is teach you how to think like the seller. They're the ones who make all the money, right? They're the ones who trained me. What did it trade? 20 million shares. How much did we sell? 8. Great. Click. Opening up on a gap? I think so, Raj. We're opening on a gap, and we're opening at the high of the overnight session, right? Whoa, look at that. Look how it just got frisky. Somebody drops a larger buy order, all of a sudden you get a nice big spike because the order book parts so quickly, right? Milliseconds it takes to pull orders. Your smartphone is 10 years old? Good for you, DJ Trader. Way to be cheap. Love to see it. So I'm looking for 54.65 and 3/4. That is the top of my zone right here. Let's see if we get there. Let's see how good the levels are on rotation, right? I'm not a predictor. I have to let the market open. And trades off the open, everybody wants to go short. We're still in the front end of the move. We're still in the front end of the move. I would allow the large traders to open this market, right? And deal with whatever happens. It'll set up a nice rotation for us. There'll be good trades today. Just be smart. Don't be a knucklehead. Okay? Hey, Jaden, welcome. I've seen you on YouTube. Look, there's a seller. There we go. Now, let's see, where do they stop selling? Yeah, overnight low still is a poor low. And it's down there. It's down at 53.77. Pretend you're at a very expensive dinner with some very rich people, and the check comes, and it's like 4,500 bucks for dinner because they've had all this expensive wine and stuff. You quietly excuse yourself and go to the washroom. Let them fight over the bill. Elliot, what's going on? Right? That's how you trade this kind of open, right? Don't reach for your wallet just yet. Be cheap. There's going to be lots of opportunity. And it's only Wednesday. Okay? Nothing wrong with alligator arms. Right? So they stopped selling just above 49. They pulled the offers up. There is a news cycle today. We have news at 9. Then we have Fed speakers and all this stuff. And then what time? At 2 o'clock, they have the beige book. So when you open on a gap, when you open with inventory this long, the order flow is going to be unpredictable, right? So watch your 6, watch your back. Don't boredom trade this market. Yeah, it looks like the Fed speakers are doing the 2 live crew thing again. They're rapping. Okay. Got a minute to go. Just chill out. Look at that. Point of control keeps moving up on the overnight session. It's good distribution. Good distribution. It's nothing like trap shorts to help you sell paper at a higher price. Yeah, this is the backside, right? This is the backside. It's not, for me, it'll be if we get under 47. I'll leave you guys to fight over this. And if it gets under 47 and can't get back up, I'll short it down to 45, 43. I like to let others go first. What point when it confirms is if it can't see, look, just tagged 47 and a half, right? Watch that 1 minute candle. It's going to start getting jumpy now. So I'm just going to let it open. I'll let you guys do your thing. I'll just chill and wait. Wait. Boom. Look below and fail of 47. That's a big 1 minute candle, folks. Right? We trapped people short under 49, and we're going to put it the boots to them right now. Let's see if we can tag that overnight high. You don't have to jump in on the first minute. Let the market open. Hey, Clement, for a couple of months, about a month now, month and a half. So now I'm watching to see if we get under. We're still in the first minute. I need this candle to close to give me some idea, right? I'm so tempted to short this, right? I have the same temptation as everybody. But I need to wait another couple of seconds because if it can't get under 47, there is no business reason for me to short it. Do you see that? Right? Now, I wasn't smart enough or fast enough to take the long, but it saved me from shorting 47 and then getting stopped out at 50. You guys see that? So if you can't make money, at least have the common sense not to lose money. Hopefully that helps. And that's all from a 1 minute candle in a straight line. If I was short 48, 47, 46, I would be in a world of trouble right now if I didn't have a stop. Because that's a 1 minute candle from 48 to 55. And we still have 10 seconds left in that candle. The machines, exactly, Wheezy, because the machines will pull offers so fast it'll make your head spin. This market doesn't, think of it as driving a Ford F-150 with no shocks. Right? This thing has no shocks in it. In the old days, it would take time to cancel orders and put orders in. That gave traders time to adjust and react. Now, the reaction time of the market because of automation is so fast that you don't have time to react. That's why you can't screw around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? This is balance times 8. We're in balance times 16, and I've only drawn 8 of these. So I still got to stack another 8. What does that mean? We are in the profit zone times 16. Remember what I told you guys, if we get accepted above that overnight high, it means that a lot more people than we thought are short, and they are going to help push price higher. What is the breadth this morning? Can anybody tell me? Just curious. Thanks, Nick. Oh, that's a zoo? No, that's somebody else. That's good strong breath, right? It's good strong breath. So if you're long on that little dip, say you're long 55, 56, sell into this strength. Sell into the strength. Levels are working. You can just use the levels to trade. If you are not a fast trader, use the sim and develop your execution in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Right? It's like running drills in football. High is 61 with 3 points, basically 4 points away from target. Target will be around 64 half to 65. I've seen this market move up 60, 70 points on negative breath because people were trapped short. Point of control is right here at the overnight high. Shows you that The short sellers are buying in size. Another dip underneath that overnight high. Let's see if we can hold it. News in 10 minutes. Let's see what happens. Previous day high, Ralphie, is 53.42. We're gap up. Don't be upset if you can't trade this open. Okay? As you develop skill over time, you will. Just don't overtrade it. Okay? Look at all the shorts covering right at the overnight high in that area. I'm looking to see if we can take out 47.5 and stay under it. Right? If you are short 58, 56, good for you. Look for bids underneath 50. There they are. Cover, cover, cover. Right? If we lose that 47.5 bid, look for bids in the 42s. Now let's see if we can get underneath. I need another. I'm not convinced. I don't like shorting it at the lows. Sometimes you miss a trade. I like to wait for the next candle. Let's see what the next candle does. Right? Or sometimes you just miss it. Right? If I missed it, I missed it. Mea culpa. This is the back end of the move. Now let's see where it's going to backfill to the upside. Right? Where you see that seller, if those sellers are still at 44, you can short against that 44 right here. But if it starts creeping over 44, 45, be careful. So if you're short 43, put some one bids in and see if we can get lower. Put your orders in because it's FIFO, right? You're short 43. I'm covering the 40 and 3/4. I got one left. I'm flat. Oh. Full disclosure, I did not flatten in time. I had to buy the offer. I was short 43. I covered 45. Found the bid, huh? Jesus. Whew. That's why I tell you to put your orders in. Put your orders in, because if you were like me and you didn't have that last order in, that one runner, I was sloppy and I got my clock cleaned. Right? Right? It can happen. Jesus. Someone's really short under 48 because they came in on that news and pow. Right? Now we're going to backfill down to 54.60. Right? A little bit of news, right? You see, Wheezy, how that order book empties out so fast? Where'd all the sellers? They all disappeared. And you get a candle from 43 to 54.87 in 1 minute, right? There you go. That's insane. This kind of market price action does not instill confidence with conservative investment types. Thanks, Leslie. What was the headline? They cure cancer or something? Hey, 43-point headline. It has to be something, right? Yeah. That's why you got to use stops. PMI. Yeah, no. Mental stops are Russian roulette. Mental stops are Russian roulette. And that's why I got taken out at 48. That's okay. Right? I got spanked. You need to sometimes get spanked. Am I mad about it? No. It's like they got me because why? I was sloppy. Right? Okay, so 16 is 55.11. Right? Took every single stop. Jeez. Oof. Well, now we got to just wait for the next setup. I'll kind of let it settle down now, right? The pot's boiling a little bit. I'll let it sort of settle down. So after I get stopped out on a trade where I had a lack of discipline, I will just kind of relax and I need to get in tune with my discipline, right? Sounds very boring, and it is. But I don't just jump back into trading because if I'm undisciplined, I'm going to lose a lot more. So I'll just kind of chill out and wait for the price action to slow down a little bit and then start again. 5,500 is a big level. Yeah. Exactly, right, VS? So I'm not a prediction guy. And I don't know what the next tweet headline is going to be. So let's see, right? And I don't know about you guys, but I like to say I don't know. When I don't know, I don't know. Right now, I know that they don't. There are things I know. The bottom of every one of these 1 minute candles is moving higher. We have people who are trapped insanely short under 54, 56. Right? Holy, look at that offer move. Leaping lizards. Do you see the spread? Do you see how big the spread is? It's like 4 ticks. I'm not trading that. Are you insane? Get out of town. Look how thin the order book is. It's trading like the NASDAQ. The biggest order in the book is 22 contracts. That is What do I mean by trap short? You short something at $5, it's trading at 7. You're trapped. Good to have you with us, Sean. Look how big the spread is. There's ones and twos on both sides, right? You do not want to trade when it's like that. Okay, now you got to use some common sense. This is like trying to cross an interstate at rush hour, or like when the semis are going at 80 miles an hour and you're trying to pick up a couple of pennies. Don't do it. Do I think they'll fill that 55.41 gap? Hey, man, I have no idea. I'm not a fortune teller, right? I just got to wait and see. I don't even think about things like that because I need my mind clear, Terzi, to execute. So I don't even think it could. It could fill it today. Who knows? Right? I have no idea. And that's liberating because it's not even occupying brain space. I'm not going to trade it. I'm not going to buy it at 54.81 and sell it at 55.41. So if I'm not going to trade it, I don't care about it. That way I keep my mind nice and clear, right? Nice and clear. So I can focus. When this thing calms down a little bit, I can see the order book patting itself a little bit. Still not really. I don't want to jump into this just yet. Look, and it just thinned out again, right? This thing's moving on 5 contracts. Hey, Irish Wolf, good morning. Right? Look at the candles. Look at the bottom of each candle. They're moving up. We had a little inventory correction here, and then up, and then up, right? The sellers are long under 54.25. The big position is under 53.42. That's good. I'm glad you asked. I don't want to stop you from asking questions. All questions are good questions when it comes to your money. But I will tell you what you need to be thinking about and what you don't need to worry yourself with. Right? Now, like when they say, right, gaps, right? When people, I think of will it fill the gap? That's kind of like a conversation that you have before dinner when you're, you know, drinking scotch and smoking cigars. But I don't put that into my trading work, right? Just keep your mind nice and easy breezy, right, Terzi? Just have a nice breeze going through your head. Just relax. And when this thing calms down and it fits our trading, you can go ahead and jump in. He's speaking in 12 minutes? Oh, dear God. Oh, why does everybody want to speak today? Do you know what I miss? I miss when the ruling elite would rule quietly. They never told us what was going on. We could just watch the tape. Right? Remember when the powerful would rule quietly? Right? So I'm just going to chill out. I'll do commentary, right? Yeah, you can't. Yeah, if you get like, imagine if you were short at 54.48 and didn't have a stop. Phew. Oh, London Open is much calmer. That's why I like trading Globex. Everybody likes, Globex is boring. Really? I don't know. I'm 57 now. I like boring, right? I like boring, right? You know what? I admire people who own things like laundromats, vending machines. You know, I don't sound a day old. Well, thank you, Web Trades. Uh, Actually, never thought I'd make it this far. There you go, Tersey. Oh, drop by. We're open at 2:30 in the morning Eastern time in Globex dollar, man. I do a Globex session. Globex is nice because once you understand the agenda, Globex is beautiful. Right? I got one of my guys who's like a consistently profitable, and I'm talking 3 to 5 grand a day trader. He trades Globex. He doesn't even trade RTH. Looking for higher now. Let's see if we can creep this thing up. Globex? I think Globex was a trade name because in the old days, if you wanted to trade at night, they would have to hardwire a line into your house and put a machine in your house so you could trade at night. This was like in the 80s or 90s or something like that. Because Damon Pavlatos, I remember he said his ex-wife didn't like the machine, so he had to put it in the closet. So he would like trade in the closet. But they had to come and actually install a machine in your house. Yeah, he hid it in the closet. So he'd wake up in the middle of the night, go into the closet, and trade. Oh boy, look at this. Here we go. Watch that 94, 54, 96 and 3/4 stop. If we take that, that's going to create a little bit of buying. Leaping lizards, and tagged it to the tick they sold into it. Right? It's the overnight session, but I think the people who made and sold the machines, the name of the company, if I'm not mistaken, was Globex. And then it just took. Right? It's like this is a torque wrench, this is a snap-on. Holy crap, look at these candles. The order book just went completely blank. Ugh. As an older trader, I don't like these kind of markets because they're irresponsible. And I know a lot of you want to trade this kind of volatility. I am going to try and figure out a way that you can do it, but you're going to take cuts, eh? You're going to take paper cuts. So it's one of those things, if you want to trade it, no tears, no whining, no moaning if you get beat up. What did John Goodfriend say to John Merriweather? One hand, $1 million, no tears. This is the backfill. I have no idea what to expect. And we just had a down candle from 95 to 71 in 1 minute. So just don't overtrade this. There'll be lots of opportunity. Okay? Just control yourself. I like chop, I like rotation, I like slow. I mean not put you to sleep slow, but I like slower price action because you could see the trade develop, right? Okay. Let's get my act together here. I'm looking for a break of 54 let's say 66. This kind of ranges, this kind of trading does not instill confidence. And I'm looking, remember we had that look below and fail of 51.48 all the way up to 65? Hey, let's see if we could actually hold 65, right? 64 and 3/4, 65. Ralphie, are you there? Now do you see why I tell you not to short? Now, here's the question, folks. Is this a look above and fail of 54.65? And do we get rotation back down? What do you think? I don't know yet. It's not a trade I'm willing to put money on. Can't tell just yet, right, Christian? Good eye. Good eye. And more data. Great. More data. See, because we come down to that 65, 64 area, all of a sudden they just magically stop selling, right? Oh, what a coincidence. Right at 54.65, all of a sudden, you guys and your hotkeys. Hey, I want to invent a keyboard that actually heats up and burns your fingers. That'd be great for you guys. Right? It'd be like getting a hot foot, but a hot finger. LC, get on that. Oh. Hey, that'd be a good idea, right? A keyboard, we can use AI, right? And have a keyboard that shocks you when you trade at the wrong time, when you don't. Right? A little negative reinforcement. I'm just trying to distract you guys into waiting for a rotation. I'm trying to find a rotation, but right now, as my old sales manager would say in advertising, it's a tad bit nebulous. Maybe we have one here. I like that word. I've always liked that word. Let's see if that works. To Ralph. Oh, hey, Rejon. That was Ralphie. Why do we pay attention to the overnight high and low? Because that's the cool club, Rejon. That's where all the cool folks are waiting to execute. Right? You ever see Night at the Roxbury? The high and low are the Roxbury. That's where all the cool kids are waiting. That's where you're going to get the most order flow. Levels that everybody can see are levels where we should get good reactions. And if you're a size seller, the overnight high is a great place to dump inventory into buying. Especially if they take the overnight high, they'll trigger stops, create buying, and you can bam, 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 sell into it. Right? You got to move inventory. The overnight low is a good place to short cover. Right? If you get a poor low, you can go long off of it. Think about those who went long off that poor low at 54.40. No, what was the low? Yeah, 54.40? No. 53.80 something was the overnight low. Oh boy, here we go again. Damn, just when I think we get a nice rotation. These idiots have built this market like a clown car. God, how are you supposed to trade this? Just be careful, folks. I hate telling people not to trade, but sometimes you just got to use common sense. Just stupid. Just is absolutely ridiculous. Like, really? 54.63 to 54.99, one candle. 1 minute. And we still have 20 seconds left in this candle. Unfrickin' believable. Oh, these folks. There you go, Rudy. Emilio! Ugh. Way to go, Travis. See, you were up in the middle of the night. So it's good that you tuckered yourself out. Wide candles due to a thin order book. Because the large traders are like, just they're gonna let the Cowboys take over this market just right now. And I mean, it's good to watch. It's like watching. This is like watching that UFC, watching the big heavyweights duke it out. I'm okay, Dak. What's going on? I'm just a little disappointed in the market structure. I can't believe you watch snooker. How do you know what's going on? You are the original Higgins, Raj. I'm going to change your name. That's a good idea, Ralphie. Don't beat yourself up too much, man. So now we have, what is it, a Treasury Secretary speaking? Be careful. Ah, my breathing was heavy. I'm on the treadmill. My girlfriend put a treadmill under my desk. That's what happens when your girlfriend's a doctor. Okay. What's this dude going to say? I don't even watch the news anymore. Right? I read the Wall Street Journal for gossip. Do we have anybody? What do we have for earnings tonight after the close? Anything interesting? Bitcoin had a nice run. I wish I had bought some more under 77. I was I was too greedy. I was waiting for 72,000 to buy Bitcoin and add to my micro position. It's a very small position. But never got there, and I took some in at 75. I should have bought some more at 77. Ah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Right? Got greedy. Frickin' things at 93,400 now. What I'm trying to do is entertain you guys so you get distracted and you don't overtrade. I don't see an A plus setup. And having 20, 30, 40, 50.1 minute candles is not really making me want to go in the water because I see a bunch of sharks. And all they keep doing with this news is they keep throwing chum like fish parts and blood in the water. So it's not really conducive to sane trading, right? This is like, I don't want to feel like a rodeo clown. You guys know what a rodeo clown is? That's this kind of trading. And if you are fast enough, bless you. I really applaud you, right? I'm not beating up on people who are trading this. If you are, and you're doing well, God bless. But I'm not fast enough to trade this. The market's too thin, and it doesn't hit my risk the way I like to do business, right? You know, I've got a buddy who's a rodeo clown back in Saskatchewan. He's not, he's a good guy, but he's not the brightest candle on the cake. You know, he gets beat up by large animals for a living. Um, I don't feel like doing that in business. So what's this guy talking about now? Right? And then we got Fed speakers too all day, right? Wow, what can I? The market is thin. A thin market is when you go and you look at the order book. In a thick market, you can think of an ocean. When you drop a huge stone in the ocean, a big boulder, really you don't get much waves, right? But you go drop a big stone in a small puddle of water, you're going to displace a lot of water. So right now, the liquidity in this market is kind of like a small puddle. So if you drop a big order, drop a big stone in it, it moves price drastically, right? Like this. Big up, big down, big up, big down, right? That's not conducive for us as retail traders, right? Think of it as shock absorbers. You got a lot of buy orders, you got a lot of sell orders. So you can drop a big buy order and the market's not going to move that much, right? That's a thick market. We like to trade a thick market, right? Because there's price stability in a thick market. This thing's got no price stability. By the way, we've got a seller right here. Look, let's get back to work. There is a seller at 82. Sorry. Somebody should have told me that. Hey, JJ, get back to work. Look, there's sellers here, 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 here. Right? So if you are shorting, you can short against that 84. But you got to be quick. Right? Yes, exactly, Terrence. We got class at 11. Right? For those of you in the coaching class. Hopefully that helps, VS. Okay. And they seem to stop selling around 72, 73, right here. Now they saw buyers, they're going to take it up. Do they do a look above and fail of 82? There it is. That's a look above and fail of 84. But where to cover, where to cover. Don't be greedy on the cover, because if this thing catches a bid, be careful, be careful, be careful. You want to see that seller at 82, 83. We always have a free trial M trades. Right now we don't, but we only charge $40 for the room, right? So if you sign up and you stay with us for a month, right, it's going to cost you less than a cup of coffee a day. And I pretty much guarantee that in that month that you will learn, I'd say 100x that $40 investment. Because we're not here to BS you. We want to make you profitable. Sean, it's a part of my lifetime coaching program. I do one-on-one coaching. Yeah, so when I do mentoring, it's for life, right? So we have the room where you can learn at your own speed. If you want to increase your rate of knowledge and work one-on-one, trade with me one-on-one, we have that as well. And it's like a one-time fee, and we don't charge you anything else. And it's like unlimited one-on-one coaching until I'm pushing up the daisies. So let's see if we get that seller at 84 again. If we start bidding 84 and moving up, careful on the short side, okay? We want to let this market settle down. It's starting to slow down a little bit price-wise. And then I see a little bit of size on that offer at 86 quarter, but it can disappear very quickly, right? And I don't like to look at the order book. I like to put my orders in and trade, but right now I'm just curious to look at how the market changes over time, especially on a sort of, see, look at that 86 offer, just poof, gone. Every time we go lower, we trap more shorts. That creates more buying. Once again, the lows on those 1 minute candles are starting to creep up again on us, right? What I don't like, other than thin order book, too much news, is the unpredictable type of market we have when the market's open in the RTH. That's why I like Globex, because Globex is a little bit more predictable order flow. Let's see if we stop selling under 84. It's due to less traders, Christian, definitely. It's due to way less participation, right? Especially large firms, their job is to manage risk because they have a fiduciary responsibility to their clients. So if I manage money for you, right, I have a responsibility not only to make you money, but I have a responsibility not to take knucklehead dumbass risk, right? That's why those big firms get paid a management fee, so they don't have to trade. Yeah, you could say that again, Aubrey. The agenda is definitely not clear. Hey, Cryptomania, how you doing? Thank you. Oh, good stuff. Look forward to having you. It's okay if you're new. New is good. Sometimes it's easier to teach new traders because they don't have any bad habits. Well, we like to keep it simple, Cryptomania. We want you to execute, make some money, and enjoy your life. And for those of you who want to go further and join a prop firm or that, we'll help you with that too, right? We'll whatever your goals are, we'd like to try you and help you accomplish them. So those sellers finally stepped in. I'm looking for the overnight high as a target, right? Inventory rotation. Good. I like what I'm hearing. We're looking for 54.57 as a target if you are short. And I commend you if you are. It is a distribution balance, Aubrey. They're moving off some product, Aubrey. It's a good day for sales. Do I watch gold? You know what? I haven't been watching gold. I do have some levels for gold. There's the overnight high. Let's see what kind of bids we get there. And Aubrey is right. He was saying there's distribution over the overnight high. There it is. It's plain as day. There's the overnight high. There's the distribution above it. No, the overnight high. I don't mean the Asia low. I mean the overnight high. What if we want the struggle? Go ahead, embrace the struggle. Listen, I just try and help people avoid the drama. Some people like the drama, right? Had one of my buddies, we used to do deals, and he loved drama. And he said, "We're going to do another deal." I go, "Yeah, but I don't want drama this time." And he goes, "JJ, I need the drama. I need the drama to do business." Right? Some people like it. Me, I've already had a heart attack. I don't need any more drama. Where's gold? Oh, yeah, there's gold. Okay. There you go. Gold's doing well. I've never actually traded gold. I've run gold stocks, but you know, drilled for the stuff, but never actually traded the futures. I think it's wonderful. There's been a crowd of people that we used to call them gold bugs. I don't know if you guys still use that term. And they've been, for the last 20 years, they've been buy gold, buy gold. So now they're finally getting, uh, oh boy, breaking news. Let's see what happens to the tape. Watch out. Remember, if you're short and we can't get under 57, watch your whiskers. Overnight trading, Rosemark, is from 6 p.m. Eastern Time to 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Right now, it is currently 3:20 in the UK. Let's see what this thing does. I'm going to let them fight out this overnight high. I probably will trade a little bit later. I've had a couple of scalps today. Nothing worth writing home about. You don't know how to get away from drama? You need a good, solid business plan. Once you have a good, solid business plan, it helps. Got a little rotation from 55 up to about 67 right now. Let's see what happens. That's okay. That's all right. I'm looking for sellers. Okay, we found some at 75. If we can creep over 75, look at 79. And then remember we had sellers at this 83 level. Let's see if they pop back up. We are still distributing, ladies and gentlemen. Don't start me thinking about naps, Wheezy. Actually, what I have been doing while I've been waiting for trades is I have been on motorcycletrader.com because a bunch of the young kids in my building. Can you not hear me? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear? Okay. All right. Looking for sellers at 79. Not that I'm going to buy a motorcycle. I'm too old now. But every spring you go fantasy shopping. I don't know, Lear. Get a three-wheeler. I don't know. It might be. I don't know. My reflexes aren't what they used to be. But every time I see the young kids in my building get on their bikes, I'm like, oh. I my girlfriend's actually she's not that against it. She's an adrenaline junkie. Oh man. See, the problem is you create price stability and it just brings in buyers. And if enough people shorted under 67, then you get that big push up. People keep going, this market won't go any lower. I'm like, quit shorting it. Right? Quit shorting it. If you stop shorting it, you won't create so much buying. Leaping lizards, here we go. I should remove that. But there are stops right there at the B high. Besant is now doing a Q&A. Well, bully for him, Raj. Why can't these guys just stop talking for like 5 or 6 hours so we can trade? Oh, wait, that's Globex because they're all asleep. That's why I like Globex because nobody's talking. Right? Everyone's asleep. We could run in there, grab a few bucks, get out. Right? It's like robbing the bank at night. Why is shorting so short-lived? Because the market is built to go long, Rosemark. If I told you make an investment in this company and you're going to owe 200 grand, you're not going to go for that. The market is built on capital appreciation. I don't like being in a trade when some knucklehead is talking, right? They say the wrong thing, the algo picks it up, it drops 20 points in 2 seconds, right? Next thing you know, you're like, ugh. So now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, as I get ready to leave you. If this kooky thing gets accepted, I'm going to show you. If we accept above 55.04, all right, your next upper stops are going to be up here at the high of that day. What is that high? Does anybody have that high off the top of their head? Guys like Phil would know it off the top of their head. 55, let's call it 55.22. Right? If this puppy takes out 55.22, the next place you're going to look for an upper stop is around 55.40. And then there's really nothing up until the top of our zone. Big older zone, 55.84. And now we are in the next zone where the bottom is 64.5, 3/4. 23 is the top. The middle is 55.43. You know what? This thing could be back at 5,800 in a heartbeat. Now, here's the thing. What have we done in this market? We have reset the cost basis, which means we have allowed the large smart money, right? What we did was we distributed product to people up here, and then we held them upside down, and we margined them all out. We picked up all of that inventory on the cheap, and now we're going back up to redistribute it. This was a margin call robbery, where anybody who bought stock and didn't pay for it in cash got margined out. Speculators margined out. And look at that. They've got a nice cost basis here, right? Look at that. Exactly. Just like COVID, right? Be careful. Trade wisely, right? Now, I'm not saying it was done on purpose, but it doesn't matter. The mechanics are the same. Whether it's done on purpose or if it's done by the natural reaction of human beings, the result is the same. The mechanics are the same. And we want you to be careful and make money and thrive. Don't worry, you were hoping for 4,600. I got a buddy who was hoping for 1,800. Either way, it didn't happen. Right? All right, folks. Have a wonderful day. Be careful out there. Be safe. Trade smart. Come join us at the Trading Syndicate. If you need help, reach out to me. I'm JJ, vwaptrader1. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Be smart out there. Bye for now.